like, what is it like, or what would it be like? I said, I know what it's like. It's tough. It can be humbling at times, but Auburn's got good players. They don't have a bunch of slaps. They got players. They've recruited really, really well on both sides of the ball, and they've got a veteran group over on defense too. And again, as with everybody, it all starts up front. So they have probably have some opportunities where they feel like they can neutralize some of our strengths too.
Do you feel like with Sean as the quarterback, do you feel like you now just focus in on him, or you just went ahead and just said, I'm gonna still focus on three guys?
Oh, we expect to see, if there's a chance to see any of them. And Sean White's a terrific player. We recruited Sean. I recruited South Florida, and I still got the video on my iPhone of him making some throws in 7-on-7 while I was in practice. Well, he was at Chaminade at the time before he transferred, and bringing him back to our offensive guys. Very impressive. Got a quick release. Really anticipates the holes in coverage, and tough guy, smart, competitive, sneaky, quick, a little bit like Schuessler, can get him out of trouble. Very confident, firm, and strong in the pocket. You can tell he trusts the guys around him, and I know he got a snake bit, had the injury during the season a year ago, but all their losses when he was the starter or not. Of course, he came and beat it, got after Kentucky, but they were very competitive in the fourth quarter, one-score games, whether it was Alabama who won the national championship, with their opportunities to win that game, or a team like Ole Miss or Mississippi State, and so forth. So we're going to A&M and running for over 300 yards, and everybody loves A&M going into this year. So it's a sleeper pick by a lot of people, I believe, and they manhandle at A&M for over 300 yards rushing. So Sean's a good decision maker. It's not a real surprise to us that he's named the starter. He's a quality player. Beat out Sean at the Elite 11 as the top quarterback. So and he's got that hit. He's a very good leader. And again, I'm going back off of recruiting. All the qualities that you love, the intangibles, his leadership, his toughness, makes everybody around him better. He's confident, and he's got skill.
Frank, are you pleased this all season how your defensive line depth has developed? Do you still have questions about that?
I mean, we've got a few more guys. Defensive end, we lost two first-round type of guys. So that is what it is. Really like the players that we have there. I think that they got a bright future. We just got to grow them up there. But they're again, I just watch tape in the fall camp, of different teams that I'm trying to compare, speaking, but we can hold on there.
Coach Boulware told us yesterday that as far as what Auburn does, pre-snap motion, a lot of their zone read stuff, probably the most similar offense that he's seen is Clemson's day in, day out of practice. How much easier does that make it in preparation as opposed to, say, Georgia Tech triple option?
Yeah, well, I think nothing about defending offenses today is easy. I think it's more difficult now than ever. Again, back in the early 90s, it was earth-shattering. They took the page back and they motioned from an eye back to a near, or from a near to a far. And what are you going to do if they motion them out of the backfield? And so things have evolved substantially, since then. But so again, there's option principles in their running game for sure, and I think they do require a great deal of discipline. But what offense doesn't? They run split flow with the jet motion. Who's got the jet? Who's how you gonna play the gaps? So Ben's right, but as much as anything, structurally and scheme-wise, they're tough, and they've been very successful through the years. Coach Malzahn's had as much success as anybody, both the high school and the collegiate level, with that system. But I think also they got good players, and that's what makes it Auburn's got excellent players, and they're young, but we're young at defensive end. They're a little bit young at receiver, but all very, very highly recruited and highly skilled players. So every week presents different challenges, and this has got both a mental and physical challenge to it.
Coach,
We don't have any Heisman guys over on our side of the ball, so.
Coach, I am curious though, but going into an environment like Auburn and some of the unknowns, how do you handle that as a coach? Sweeney was saying, kind of just focusing on yourself and try to execute what you can, but for you defensively, is it that easy really to focus on your principles when you're trying to slow someone down as opposed to moving the sticks?
I mean, I think that if you look at our home record has been terrific over the last 5 years. Our road record's been, probably better than a lot of people. We're a very good team, but there's something to be said for home field advantage, your comfort level, not having to travel, all those things. So, hopefully we have maturity, have a good plan, believe that we do, that we've got, the right kind of players and their mental makeup to be able to handle, again, unfamiliar territory, so to speak, where we can zoom in. I don't think it just happens. I think that you got to kind of prepare them for that, and then some guys handle it better than others. So we'll see about that. But to me, it's incredibly exciting. Going on the road, again, a road dog. I mean, like dog, not like underdog. I just mean a dog mentality that you got to have on defense. You go on the road, you got to play great on defense and special teams to have a chance to win a game, and that's got to be a mindset and an edge, a toughness, a focus to expect to win. That's what it's going to take, and it's an enormous challenge, but something that's again incredibly exciting.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.